What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be doing a video going over 7 things that I dislike about my 4Runner. So this video is probably going to be surrounded by quite a bit of negativity, just the fact that I'm talking about things that I hate about my 4Runner, and then, I'll probably get some crap in the comments for, I don't know, I can almost guarantee you I'll probably get a couple things about people saying, oh, you're too young for this thing, or oh, you're nitpicking it, but, whatever, it's my car, I can nitpick what I want on it. And chances are, if you're watching this video, you already know how these kind of videos work, that it's, I don't hate my 4Runner, it's just little nitpicky dislikes that I have. This video is no different. So to start, we're going to go ahead and go inside to the cup holders. This is something that'll probably get me a couple dislikes, a couple comments or something, saying that this is just some problem that us Americans have, and it is a first world problem for us Americans. I'm rolling my eyes right now. But, anybody can see that these are just in a bad place. They're just right over your AC controls. You can't even see what you're pushing around with your AC controls. They just feel flimsy, really cheap. Bigger drinks feel like they're going to break it right off. Just really bad placement, really cheap feeling. Don't seem like they would hold up very well. But, that's my first nitpick. Let's move on to the next one. So next is going to be the cruise control on this thing. I'm going to throw up a little video here. And as you saw, when I'm going around 75 to 80, right around there, the cruise control just loves to sit at about 3,500 RPMs, which is really uneconomical. I mean, it just uses a lot of gas. It's really loud. You just feel like you're kind of wrapping the engine out. But it doesn't even really make sense sometimes why it has to stay that high on the rev range. Even when I'm going downhill, sometimes it'll just sit there. So I'm not really a big fan of that. And then kind of tying in with that, what causes it to run really high like that is because it is a 4-speed. That is my next complaint, is that it is a 4-speed automatic. If you were to get the manual transmission in these, it's a 5-speed, which, I wish they would have made an automatic version, 5-speed version of it, because this thing just uses a lot of gas. It likes to just, rev really high, like I said, and gas mileage is just terrible on this thing, especially with the big tires and stuff. But, that's expected. So next is going to be the blinker noise that this thing makes. I'll throw up a clip of it here. So I don't know why it does that. It almost sounds like some electrical thing is about to happen, like circuit's about to break or something like that. But it's a really annoying noise. Don't really know what causes it or anything, but that's number 4. So for number 5, we're going to go ahead and come to the back seat here. It's these little tiny armrests. These things are basically useless. I mean, I have thin hands and I cannot fit anything on that. I mean, that's just basically useless, like I said. Cannot fit anything on those armrests. Next is going to be the corrosion problems that these things have. And, I don't even live in a northern state, and this thing has never seen, snow, like salty snow and stuff like that. So I shouldn't have any sort of rust on this thing, but I mean, if you get down by the fender wells, you'll see that there's plenty of little spots of rust. Let's see. Yeah, over here you can see it's bubbling a little right there. So, these things are pretty notorious for having really bad corrosion issues on the frame and stuff. And, like I said, I have never been in snow. This thing's never seen salt or nothing like that. So I don't really understand why it still is corroding a little bit. And finally, the last item on my list of dislikes is going to be these doors. These things are incredibly lightweight. I mean, you can just close them with the, just the tiny little force of a pinky finger. I mean, they are so lightweight. In theory, that's actually a pretty good thing. But in my case, all my friends and just everybody that rides in this thing tends to slam the doors really hard, or just close the doors really hard, which like slams them pretty much in here. And I've had the windows like shake around and stuff if they've been slightly down. It feels like they're about to like break in their little tracks and fall down or something. I don't know, but it's kind of deceiving too, because sometimes I'll put just a tiny bit of pressure on it thinking it'll close, and then it won't, and it'll stay open. So again, just a little nitpicky thing, but it doesn't affect the drivability. None of this stuff does, of course. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't like it, then give it a thumbs down. If you did, then thumbs up. Either way, it helps. I'll make a video of 7 things that I'd like to counteract this video, of course, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.